Good evening. This is Francis once again. Did you know that it's going to be a marvelous 2017? Not because somebody says so, but because each one of us individually have to make it the best we can, the best year. Enjoying the 365 days of 2017. We are going to manifest, we are going to transform, we are going to accomplish our desires and our needs and our wants, and use our subconscious mind to allow things to become what we desire them to be. Regardless of what anybody else may say about whatever you want. Make it the highest and biggest desire you ever had in your life. Don't make it small. Make it big. The bigger, the better. It's always been said you have to be ambitious. You can't say, I want a little car and I want a little house or an apartment. No, imagine yourself with a house by the beach. Imagine yourself traveling all over the world. Imagine yourself doing everything that you ever wanted to do. Everything. That is my desire for you and for me as well. Tonight, I want to speak about something that is very, very, very important. It has to do with our reaction, our behavior, and the way people behave, whether it is a man or a woman. Did you know that according to psychologists and psychiatrists as well, they have studied the human behavior, and there is one great influential person such as Tony Robbins that says that it's very important for us to manifest the feminine and masculine aspect in a balanced manner. Why balance? Not too dominant, not too easy, not too high on the feminine and not too high on the masculine, but try to intertwine both in a way that balances you as an individual with a personality. Did you know that according to Sigmund Freud, most of the problems that people have when they are controlling, manipulative, they like to use influence on other people to try to control them or control them with their mind, or any type of behavior that uses control against another individual, or even a reaction at a distance, or with anything, whether it is in business or not, because you know that we live in a world that's very influential and very demanding, and we are functioning almost right now at the speed of light with all the demands of the world. People are doing the job of 3 in 1, and the pressure is getting higher and higher. How is our brain going to function if we don't do something to excel the capacity of our neurons to try to work in a healthier manner versus in a chaos? It's almost like we're living in a multitask universe that is doing too many things at one time, and it's difficult to have a concise and balanced performance from individual as well as our environment. Anyhow, Sigmund Freud say that anyone that uses manipulation, control, and try to influence other people for beneficial purpose, or even do selfies, you know, the selfie thing nowadays all the time is about me. Well, according to him, he says that everything that someone does that influences that kind of behavior has to do with the fact that it is a suppressed sexual behavior. Wow, that is interesting. When I read that in his biography, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that it was possible for a person to begin to have this behavior, as he say, from the time of puberty. Can you imagine that? Suppression, being told what to do or what not to do, being controlled by parents, siblings, and grandparents, and by friends. Can you imagine that? All the suppression stays at a level, and he said, no wonder why in our society, such as the United States of America, we use a lot of suppression. It's when it gets to sexual behavior and when it gets to explicit expression of a human being and their sexual desire. Everything is compacted and judged and is being told that it's not good, instead of opening our mind to understand and diversify behavior in accordance to adult, and teaching our children things that they need to know, but not influence them to do things they're not supposed to do. There is a big difference between suppression, learning, knowledge, and awareness. All of that influences how we behave later on in life. So know this, my friend, whether it is a man or a woman who is a controlling individual, who is manipulative, or someone who tried to make friends to try to benefit. I once heard somebody says, if I am spending money to meet someone or to know someone or to be with someone, I must make money back from them. Whoa, what do they call that? Tony Robbins has something to say about that, and I hope I don't offend anybody. I'm just repeating from professionals. Tony Robbins says that when you do something in such a way that is not done with love, compassion, kindness, and empathy, that you are whoring yourself, because you are doing an exchange for exchange of money. That is called prostitution. That's what he called it, not me. I'm just emphasizing. I'm just saying. And it makes complete sense. Imagine you do something that you don't want to do just for the pleasure of having something materialistic. What is that called? You're selling your soul, your body, whatever, but to each his own. I am not judging anybody. Everybody can do whatever they want. Anyhow, I'm just going by the psychological status of what Sigmund Freud says, versus also when it comes to compassion and empathy. Did you know that the difference between having empathy and having compassion, according to psychologists and professionals and coaches, is this? You can have empathy for someone. Let's say, for example, my puppy dog gets hurt, and I feel for him and I understand what he's going through. But if I don't do anything for him, then I'm not being compassionate. I'm being cold. It's almost as if they say, or professionals say, that when you don't do something to help someone that is in need, and you know that they are in need, that you almost act like a psychopath because you have no compassion toward them. This is very important. To me, the more I read, the more I learn, the more I learn, the more I understand, and the more I see the difference between why people behave a certain way versus another way. Or the opposite of why they behave. You know, they're different type of personality, characters, and whatever. Anyhow, for me, to try to be other than who I'm not, it will be to try to pretend something that I'm not, and I can't do that. I cannot be something that I'm not. When I have empathy for an animal, for a person, I have to be there. I have to do something. And if I can, I move, because I can't take it. Maybe I'm too compassionate when it gets to seeing somebody hurting. I have to be who I am. And this is why I am what I am. I'm not going to speak like, oh, this is Francis, and it's 2017, and I'm going to give you... No, I am going to be who I am. There is someone who said that the most beautiful thing in a woman is to be herself. There is nothing more beautiful than being who you are, because that makes you natural, authentic, who you are as an individual, because it shows right to the facade of what you're saying. Like if I were to say, oh, hi, this is Francis, good evening. That's not who I am. I express myself very openly. I'm very authentic. I'm very straightforward. Sometimes I come too strong to people and they don't like my personality. That's okay with me. You don't have to. I'm not here for everybody to love me. Some will love me and some will hate me. I'm one in the thousands out there. Anyway, I am not going to try to be who I'm not, because in a psychological way of speaking, the more authentic you are, the more you express yourself as who you are, and the more you evolve. Did you know that when you are yourself, you evolve because you flourish like a flower that is blooming, and you're just evolving. Even if you're older, what makes you think that people, because they're a certain age, they're not evolving? You know what? I love it when Tony Robbins says that, life will never be the same. Life is never the same. 3 years ago, my life was different than today. A year ago, my life is different than today, or was. So life is never the same, nor are we. But authentically, we are who we are. Because I can watch those videos from Tony Robbins years ago, and it is Tony Robbins. There are two people in my high list, my 5 high. One of them is Anthony Robbins. And I'm going to be very straightforward. Like I say, I'm very authentic. I have to be myself. There were times when I listened to Tony when I was in a seminar and I hated him. I'm like, I hate him. Why? Because he said precisely what I needed to hear. He is strong, straightforward. He say it like it is. He said things precisely as they are in life, and there are no excuses. And I love the fact that the man can be sensitive, authentic. He embraces both sides of his personality. The very strong masculine, which he is, and you can see it in his statue as a big man. And he embraces the fact that he is also a sensitive, compassionate individual. Now, my second person on the list, Lisa Nichols. I like the fact she's very emotional. And sometimes I say, you know what? I don't think I can cry like that. I don't know if I can ever express my emotions the way she does. I suppose if somebody touches my core with something that is very personal, perhaps I can. But Lisa Nichols is unbelievable. The way she speaks and just embrace her compassion, her love, her emotion is like, oh my God. And she is as authentic as she appears to be on a video. And this is what I love. I love authenticity. Have you known that it is possible to read someone through the facade of what they're saying? It is possible. Once you have dealt with people, especially me at my age, with so many individuals throughout the globe, because I've been almost everywhere, you will learn to read personality, behavior, and everything that is out there from all regions of the world. It is amazing that no matter your religion, your background, your race, your country, your nationality, whatever, we all have something in common. From Israel to Australia, from the Caribbean to Europe, to all the corners of the world, we have something in common. Did you know that the only difference in our DNA or our genome is only 1%? Imagine if we were to take that 1% out, it'll be 1 + 1 = 2, because we are all the same. All the same. So it is possible to read authenticity. It is possible to know when somebody's being straightforward and honest. It is possible to know when somebody is not telling you the truth. For whatever reason they are hiding. We are never to judge why people do things, because we do not know that. Perhaps people lie because they have painful experiences. And if they don't appear authentic, it is okay. We don't judge them. We allow them to be. We do not know. One day we will discover and we will know if we get to know them. It is like scientists says, and doctors and neuroscientists, that if we get to know a person, even with a differential of 1% of our DNA, we will realize how much we have in common. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yes, it is a fact that people come into our path for a reason, but some paths are the path of heaven and other paths are the path of a little bit of obscurity, and for that reason we have to move ourselves from that path that is not good to us. I had a teacher once from Australia when I was in Florida many years ago in 1986. I can't even remember his name. He's from Australia, and he says sometimes, and I repeat, sometimes we just have to pull the rug from underneath. Meaning we know you're going to fall, but it's okay because it needs to happen. It needs to happen. And sometimes failure is nothing more than one more step to get and achieve our success. I don't want to make the video too big, but I am mesmerized at how much we can learn. And like I said in my video last night, what is going to happen with genomes and DNA, it is going to astonish us in the future. And there is more to come. Anyway, I thank you for listening. It's been a pleasure as usual. This is Frances Mahan from the confines of my apartment, sponsored by A Destiny into the Mind. My love, peace, and happiness to all in 2017. And I'm not being fake, I'm just being myself because I am as happy as you can see. And I don't need a reason to be happy. I am that I am because God loves me. Goodbye. Love and happiness.